Hello and welcome to another day on Cornwall Pocket Farm, where I try and figure out how to live sustainably on 300 square metres in the city. Well, today I want to get on with those pots. If you remember in my last video, well, it was the video before that I told you about the pots that I'd got from a friend of mine on the park, and then last video I told you about the plan I had, because I'd seen a YouTube video on how you can sort of make up this sort of milky wash, if you like, and sort of wash it on the terracotta pot so it doesn't look quite as orange. The pots that we have just by the entrance, they are like a sort of a cream, what would they be, faux stone maybe? I don't know what it's trying to be, but it's a sort of a cream, they're cream pots. And I want it to sort of match that, and they're very orange at the moment. The other thing is that we have this hog in the cream coloured stone that's around on our pathways, and the reason that's there is because it's porous and it's a light colour, so it keeps the temperature cool, because if you have a light surface and the sun hits it, it reflects that sun, so it doesn't build up that heat that maybe you would get from a dark stone or a dark concrete or something like that. But what that does mean is that when we get really heavy rain, it will sort of splatter up a little bit on the pots, which is another reason I found the cream pots to work really well, because if the cream sort of splatters up on it, it just looks part of the sort of the patina of the thing. So that's the plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but you know, I've seen a YouTube video. How hard can it be? I'm hoping you can see both me and the pot now, but yeah, this is the pot. Well, there's two of them, this one and this one. I've got some real estate signs because they're really useful to paint on. I've got a bucket to mix all the paint in, and I found 3 test pots which are sort of a medium cream sort of colour, so I'm going to mix all those up. One's putty, one's 8th Arrowtown. What's this one? Oh, that's 8th Stonewall. So hopefully these will make a sort of pleasant creamy white colour. I've got paintbrushes and things in here, so I'm going to mix this up first and see where we're at. I think I'm going to start off with it quite watery, so that I can always sort of stop, but if I put too much on at the beginning, then you can't turn back, can you? And I'm not going to clean it because the instructions were really to sort of then rub in mud and green stuff anyway, so I thought, well, I'll just, apparently the terracotta is supposed to sort of soak it up, so yeah, I'm going to try that. Anyway, I'll just go and mix up this paint and I'll come back to you once I've done that. Okay, so I've mixed up my paint. It's a sort of a whitey grey colour. I hope I haven't over diluted it, but I figure I need enough to do both pots, and I can always just keep putting it on. That's my plan anyway, so here we go. I don't think you need to be too fancy with it. Well, I'm not being. How's it looking? Patchy, probably, and a bit rough, but I want it rustic. We'll call it rustic. Yes, definitely rustic. Oh, that's nice actually. If it dries a little bit and then you go over it, it sort of takes it off a bit in patches. Well, that's quite good. I think it's rough. I think it's rough enough. I think I want to do the bottom as well. I wonder if I need to wait for it to dry. Maybe I need to do some bits. Oh, I could probably rub some bits off as well, couldn't I? Yeah. Oh, that's looking very rustic, yeah. Oh, it rubs off nicely on the edges actually if you give it a little, leave it to dry a little bit. I think actually doing it with my hands works quite nicely. I think I'll do the other one because they might need to look a bit the same. Yeah, let's try that. It's a bit wet now, I can move it. Well, more patina. Right. Oh, they're quite weighty. Okay, going to do the next one. I'm going to have heaps of paint. Actually, I might do these other two pots because that's, yeah, probably the same vibe. So I might just do all of them while I'm here. They're drying pretty quickly. Oh, stop splattering paint everywhere, Jenny. Getting paint everywhere. Yeah, I better do them all because I can't replace this colour, can I? I just made it up. I think I found my my talent. Messy painting. Definitely something I'm very good at. They did say on the video it needed to be done messily. I'm not just doing a really bad job, I'm actually doing it on purpose badly. I think I'm going to do the other one on the bottom and then come back to this one. Yeah, that's my plan. Because I think I want it done on the bottom because it would be better to try and, I think it might also act as like sealing in some of the moisture, and terracotta can dry out really quickly, so I think it might be quite good. Oh, these are heavy. It might be quite good to do the bottom as well. There's dirt on the inside. Oh, there's dirt here too. Right, let's try the bottom. And this has got green stuff on it. This is great, perfect. Right, I need to do the bottom of the round pot now. Where am I going to put that? Don't roll away. How am I going to do the big pot? Perhaps have to wait till these dry. I'm going to do the big one as well. Yeah, I hope I've got enough paint. Have I got enough paint? Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's start anyway. It's got a big crack in it, this, but I'm hoping it's going to hold together. I'm not going to do the bottom just in case I haven't got enough paint. I can always do that later. think? Does it look good? Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I've got to get the dirt on it, but I'll need to wait for them to dry completely and then probably just rub off some bits, then put some dirt, and I'm sure I can find some green stuff somewhere. Okay, so next stage, it's the next day. It's really windy, so I'm hoping you'll be able to hear me and excuse the wind. I'll put some nice tinkly music over this next bit so you won't hear the wind noise on the microphone. But anyway, I've got some, what is it? Compost. I got some compost and I've added some water into it, and I'm just really going to daub it on and see what happens there. Yeah, that's what the video said. Oh, that's dirty. Now whether you leave this on or sort of rub it off a bit, or whether it just comes and wears off, I don't know, but it's certainly looking a little bit more worn. Is that too much mud? Maybe you rub it off a bit. I'm pretty sure the rain will sort it out anyway. Maybe I'll just give it a rinse so that it's not quite as brown. Yeah, that does look like I've just smeared some. Oh, it's going to start raining. So soon it'll rain on it anyway. Oh, I'll be quick about this, it's raining. Maybe the soil will get caught like in the crevices, and then when I wash it, it won't, it'll stay in there. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I think the soil will dry and then probably sort of flake off a bit. But yeah, I think that's looking quite good. Yep, happy with that. Okay, I'll do the other one, although this rain might stop play. We'll have to see. Pretty grey. Okay, well, I've been rubbing it all over. I've done all of the pots now, rubbing it all over with the soil. But what I've noticed is it doesn't really get into some of these sort of patterny, crevicey bits. So I'm actually going to try putting it on with a paintbrush. Just, oh yeah, that's getting into the cracks a bit more. So this, I think, is going to be a bit better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it outside. It's supposed to rain over the next few days. Then what I'll do is I'll put them in their final position next week, and I'll have to put them in the position first before I can then fill them with soil and put the plants in. Otherwise it'll be too heavy. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So for the end of this video, you can just see what I've got to, and I'm pretty pleased with that. It dries to quite a nice pattern. I don't know if you can see that, and I'm imagining that some of that will get a bit washed off, but I don't think it'll go back to that pristine whiteness that we had when I first painted it. So yeah, I'm really pleased. So thumbs up. Any comments, any other ideas of what are extra things I might do to it, if I need to do anything more to it, then please let me know. I have looked around for a bit of green mossy moldy stuff, and I might apply that next week depending on how it looks, but I'm pretty pleased with how it's looking now, and it matches the other pot quite nicely. So yeah, pleased.